Reconstruction.
I move that we approve the Empire reconstruction.
With including the changes that we've seen today?
Yes.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been the motion and a second. Is there more discussion than we've already had to the motion? Okay, all. Jake! He told me to call him back. All right, all those in favor of the proposal with the changes that we saw today? All in favor? We got 1, 2.
All in favor with the changes?
With the changes we saw today. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And all against? 1, 2, 3, 4. Am I missing anybody? 5. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody got the same number?
Yep.
All right. So we will move to the. We will give a recommendation to the full board that we send a letter of support to the DOT.
Correct.
And whatever outcome happens then, that would also apparently affect what Claudette will do. Okay. And we want to talk about because I promised.
Let me understand what just took place. It was a tie in the voting.
6 to 5.
6 to 5.
Oh, 6 to 5.
Yeah, no time.
Can we,
Yeah, I'm trying
Mr. Chair,
to.
I would like
Can
to
you call the
stick-
roll so we know who voted which way? That hand holding
that would
is
be
cute,
very
but
Let's
can
do
you
that.
call the
For this
roll,
particular
please?
vote?
Yes, please.
For this particular vote, but not
Yes.
votes in general. I mean,
Let's just do
generally,
this
we
one
do
for the
not,
roll call. Yeah.
in a committee meeting, call roll. Okay.
I don't know why.
So the folks that are here, Karen Fleming,
No,
Valerie Fleming,
no.
Jacob Goldstein,
Yes.
Jeffrey Granum,
No.
Stanley Greenberg,
Yes.
Daniel Christensen,
Yes.
Felice Robertson.
No.
Do we have either the Sperlin or Spellman?
Neither one.
What am I missing? Leo Terry,
Yes.
Timothy Thomas, yes, and Demetrius Lawrence.
Yes.
Okay,
I don't know.
6-5.
6-5. All right. I had promised this gentleman that we would talk about an issue of particular concern.
Are we jumping?
I gotta jump because we're not going to have time to write a letter. Actually, if somebody could move to make a motion to table the Clove Road. Do I have a motion to table?
Okay, I make a motion.
A second?
Second.
Table it to when?
To the next meeting. We'll have to do budget requests next time.
Good.
When are those due?
You got due outs. Let me tell you one thing, budgets and stuff like that, they're due outs. And you miss the due outs, they say, hey, sorry guys.
We're not gonna miss a deal.
The chair tells us we're not going to miss it. So if we have
I know
to
we don't have
schedule
to be here,
another
but
meeting, we
ain't gonna
will.
miss no dates. So they can come in.
Okay, we've done the revote. Okay, so if you could describe the issue revolving parking and the Sabbath.
Sure.
Go for it.
First of all, good evening, everybody.
And your name?
Yaakov Berman. I'm a member of the CB9. I'm not on the Transportation Committee, but I'm on the General Board and on the Youth and Education Committee. Orthodox Jews, observant Jews, do not operate electric devices, do not use money from Friday sunset until Saturday. That's
Sundown.
Sundown, correct. I'm sorry. Thank you. Sundown. On Kingston Avenue, there's an issue because there's 1 hour parking. You can only pay up to 1 hour at a time. If somebody's an observant Jew, in the winter months, Sabbath comes in about 4 o'clock, and once Sabbath comes in, they no longer use money, and there's no way of prepaying the meters. Whoever's an observant Jew and parks in Kingston pretty much gets tickets, and they've been in recent weeks a lot of ticketing on.
You have to be very specific, not all blocks, because there are only 2 blocks that issue happens. That's from President Street to Eastern Parkway.
Let's not make it complicated. Wherever there's meters on Kingston Avenue,
Okay, but that's
wherever there's meters in Kingston Avenue, I'm proposing that we allow we allow the residents to prepay the meters up to 4 hours, meaning somebody can come at 4 o'clock, they can put in
Fair.
4 hours they pay it up to 4 hours. The city has no loss because they're being paid. The community has no loss because they could pay, they don't have to be unfairly ticketed. This was done already in Midwood and Borough Park. It was proven successful. They did first a trial run and it worked. I think 16th Avenue,
They have
30th.
to readjust the meters.
It's just they have the technology. The only cost for the city is changing the signs. They reprogram the meters, it's all there. And I reached out to Councilmember Cumbo's office, she was very supportive, and Matthew also did some research. It's been done, it can be done. I'd like to bring in from the full board, but first we have to get a vote of approval from transportation. I ask your support
So,
for this
I have
proposal.
a couple questions.
Sure.
So the meters now are
1 hour.
What's-
1 hour. You can't do
1
it.
hour all
Yeah.
day long.
Correct.
And is that a commercial street?
Yes.
Parts.
So-
Nope.
I'm suggesting
The strip, where it's not totally commercial, you gotta be very.
the
that's what I
commercial
said.
part of the street.
That's
Okay, so my
Part-
understanding of the 1 hour limit is so that people don't hog up the street.
Correct.
So that more shoppers can come if they have to drive,
Right.
and the businesses can get more business.
The businesses
If
will all be
you-
closed.
They're all closed.
There's
Come 4
one-
o'clock.
Are they all closed?
On
Yeah.
Kingston.
There's
you
one
won't see
store,
anybody.
I approached several of the businesses, they were all supportive, they're all closed, and there's only one store that I would say is open,
Mhm.
and there's still gonna be parking there, because we're not talking about, it's a Friday afternoon.
Right, no, I know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand the essence of your problem. You're saying that, let's say on a Friday afternoon,
Yes.
when sundown is in the summer, sundown is
Winter.
at
Winter.
8 o'clock.
Winter.
Winter.
Sundown.
So I don't
Sundown.
understand.
Summer's not an issue.
All right, let me explain. Let me
Yeah.
do
No,
this.
let her ask the question, please.
I would like to hear the
Hold on,
question, yes.
let's hear the question.
Sabbath comes in at 4 o'clock in the height of the winter. If I'm an observant Jew and I park on Kingston, I have no way of paying the meter up to 7. I could pay up to 5.
Gotcha.
5 o'clock,
Gotcha.
police, whoever the
Understand.
parking comes. they
So
take
then
it.
would they extend all the meters, or are you suggesting
I'm
that they just
proposing
expanding
a trial
on Friday
Kingston
only?
Avenue, Friday only, 4 hour prepaid. If it works, if everybody's happy, we can discuss other blocks which are heavily, where there's a large population of observant Jews. But again, the advantage of this proposal is there's no loss to the city. I'm not asking that the city stop charging Friday. I think in fact the city's gonna make more money because people are gonna be more likely to pay up and prepay and
Let me just
So are
ask-
you suggesting
he
just
still
Friday?
just Friday 4 hour prepaid parking.
But he keep talking.
Prepaid.
We're accustomed to a free form
I'm
conversation.
suggesting to allow up to 4
One
hour
at a time?
prepaid on Friday.
Mr. Chair?
Yeah.
I just want to give you some background so everybody can understand clearly. In the old metering system, this could not happen. You had to pop your quarters in,
Yeah,
and
I
that's
think
it.
we understand it.
And but because of the new technology, this is doable.
Right.
And I think this would be a
And it's
great
been done
advantage.
successfully in other
Yeah.
communities.
Okay,
Right.
and it's just for the winter months?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if the city's gonna program a meter for just for the winter months because the signage is probably for the whole year. I'm assuming, but the issue is only during the winter months. But even so, yeah.
I would,
So in
frankly,
some months-
Frank, if I may be frank, I would say that you don't need a change in signs. You just need a change in
No, dude.
what the.
No, there's not the signs say 4 to 7.
No, that's fine. Leave the signs they are, but just change the
There's
meters
1 hour
themselves.
parking on the sign.
Just change the meters themselves for a few months, and then they go back to normal, right? Because you do have businesses there that don't want parking. And Stan's got a good point.
The sign says 1 hour
1
parking.
hour
But,
parking.
right, but what I'm saying is you change the meters without changing the signs, just for the 3 months or so it's an issue.
It's actually
You
more.
can't do that. You're gonna confuse residents.
They're computer driven. And
What I would, the concern here is that on summer months, the stores will be open and people will prepay. There are
Yeah.
other communities where you have 2 hour parking, you have other where there's no
You don't-
limit.
you don't
It's
want
not the
them
end
to
of the
be
world
there
if
4
Friday
hours and
afternoon
there's business open.
a car stays an hour and a half instead of an hour.
Yeah, no, I
People
mean,
aren't.
to be honest with you, Yakov, I think it's great.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, that's it's
It's
interesting. Your issue is for a couple of months, but you're
Right.
changing it for the year.
Are the meters active Saturday?
No, I don't believe so.
No, there's no meter Saturday.
Okay, so the meters have already been adjusted in a sense to accommodate.
No, Saturday was Saturday. There's no meters, not the accommodate.
No, I'm saying, but
It's 5
in
days
a
a
normal
week.
place, the meters
they
are
are on Sunday
operational on a Saturday.
That's right.
So the signs have been adjusted already to accommodate the
That's
observing
correct.
community.
Yes, it is.
What about
We used
Sunday?
for a long time, we had to deal with the putting in money, right? We went to the city, we told them about the Sabbath, they came and they actually observed, they saw no stores open, and therefore there was no issues for meters. There's just nobody going there, there's no income, and there's no loss to the city, so they went ahead and saw the need, and they made it, and they did it about 5 years ago, so that was good.
There was extensive research done between the Department of Transportation and I believe it was City Councilmember Greenfield. They met, they negotiated, they came up with this proposal that was
13th Avenue.
acceptable to everybody.
It was 13th, 14th, 15th Avenue, it was
They-
the same
Okay,
Code
okay.
Avenue.
So who we were writing the letter to? Yeah.
I don't even believe, we're gonna go in front of the board, we're gonna write a letter to the Department of Transportation asking if they
Metering
allow
division.
prepaid meters.
Is it
The
is it
metering-
DOT?
It's DOT,
Yeah.
it's DOT metering division.
Okay.
There's
DOT
a
metering.
division.
I just have
They-
a
they
question, I just
control
wanna
those
be,
Another
make
question,
sure
yeah.
that, now, I just wanna be clear. So right now, currently, on Saturday, there's no meter. You don't have to worry about meter on Saturday.
That's correct.
Okay, so we're just talking about on
Are there
Friday,
meters on
from
Sunday?
a certain
No.
particular time on
Yeah,
Friday.
Yeah.
So I can park my car on Friday and I
Yeah,
can
that
carry it all the way through Saturday without having to move my car,
Right.
right?
Right.
So that's what we're saying. And even though in the
Great.
summer months, you don't start your Sabbath until a little later on in the
Not a
evening,
little, lot later.
like 7 or 8 o'clock,
It could be after 8.
or after 8 o'clock,
Whenever sundown is.
you know, whenever sundown
Summer
is,
months, it's late.
you know, that there won't be an opportunity for someone that might not observe to be
Right.
able to use the parking in the summer months.
What is the concern?
I'm just trying
So
to
what are
find
you
out.
concerned about?
I'm just trying to
No,
find
so
out
what do you
what's
ask?
going-
You stated
okay,
what
wait,
the facts
calm
are.
down,
No,
calm
I'm not-
down.
I'm not
Drop it,
upset,
bring
I'm
it
just-
down, bring it down, okay?
All right.
I'm just trying to understand why it would have to be 365 days a year when you were concerned about the Sabbath.
What would you like? What are you proposing?
I was
It's
just
Friday.
saying, why can't
Propose
in
something.
those-
You have an alternative
okay,
proposal,
if
propose
you
it.
will allow me to speak,
All right.
so that you can hear, so, because we both can't talk,
I
because you
got
won't
you.
hear. Okay, so I'm just saying, why can't in the summer hours it just remain the same? Since we're talking about new technology and we're talking about it can be programmed, why in the summertime would you have to have the Sabbath to start at 4?
Sign.
Because of the
Fine.
sun.
Because of the sun.
The sign becomes
I
very
have
confusing.
honestly, I have
And that's all
I have
I'm
no
just trying to
issue
get,
with
I'm just
with
getting
summer,
clarity.
winter.
One at a time, one at a time.
I have no issue with. I'm
I-
sorry, by the
I-
way.
I hear you.
I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to come across combative.
I just was trying to get
What's
clarity,
my-
because I
I
really
just want to
don't
clarify.
One at a time, one at a time.
Sorry. I want to clarify that in many streets there 2-hour parking exists now. We're talking about allowing somebody who maybe has an office on Eastern Parkway or an office on President Street or as a home to park for a few extra hours without moving. That won't be such a terrible tragedy. The worst case scenario, the stores will have less parking. I mean, for a few hours, it's not the end of the world. The stores
Didn't
support.
say it would be.
Yeah, it's not like Empire Boulevard. This is some, and we could also change back if there's a problem.
No, I want to question when you're done.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so
What was that?
there are already not meters on Saturday,
Correct.
and we're asking to change something for Friday.
Prepaid.
Most of the city, the meters are on Saturday and off on Sunday, right?
Right.
That's
But
correct.
on Kingston and other parts of the neighborhood, they're off on Saturday and Sunday.
Correct.
So why don't we put the meters back on Sunday in return for doing this on Friday? That would be good for the
Here's-
businesses.
Here's an issue that the problem with that is it's a already Sunday citywide, right?
Right.
You've got so
You're
that would be a
talking-
separate.
Well, there are
thing,
some places where
right?
you have to pay a meter on Sunday, aren't there?
No,
I don't think so.
they changed that,
Nowhere?
they changed that on the
So-
Bloomberg.
So
Okay.
here's what I want to say. Instead of getting into
Yeah.
let's have some sort of like give and take. this is the proposal that's been brought before the committee,
You're right,
right?
you're right.
It's the one for Sabbath, Friday.
We can take that another day.
We can take that, and if you or anybody else wants to suggest that we start paying on Sundays.
Hello.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that the sign have to be changed, and the reason why I'm saying that is because I know in Coney Island, if you read their sign, they have certain parking regulations between the summer months
Mhm.
and the winter months.
Yeah.
I think it starts
That's
like,
right.
what is it, up April to
Bell
up
Harbor
until
too.
June, whatever.
Walkways,
So it's just a
walkways.
matter
All
of
walkways.
the sign being, well, the meters, I mean, the meters of course, but the sign will indicate Friday from 4 to whatever is 6 hours. So the sign will do have to be changed either way.
Right.
DOT has to notify the.
But we don't have to write those
Tim, I wanna
signs.
just clarify.
What we need to do, Yakov, is to send a letter asking for this. It's not our job to reprogram, do the signs, any of
That's
that.
correct.
But if the
We're
DOT
trying to ask DOT to make allowances for this situation. How they fix the problem
Exactly, if
is their
DOT
business.
wants to make
Right.
different signs for
That's a
winter
good
and
point.
summer, and they've done it, because they did a test run, I
They
don't
can
know
just
what
No,
they
Yaakov,
said
did.
between May and
Hold on,
We
hold
have
on.
to listen to what the chair's saying. Chair's saying, we will send a letter requesting a time
Accommodation.
change, and the city then will then sit down, okay, they've done it, makes sense. Let us now figure out what the signage will be and what the hours will be.
And then they
But
can
it is
come
not-
back and tell us
It is
what that
not
is.
our job to tell the city what to do.
Exactly.
Saying summer, winter.
And as
You're
you
right.
said, there's
Right.
precedent for it
Indicate the
elsewhere,
months.
so,
Yeah.
okay.
Great.
That's
So
what
I
want.
think we
need
keep
to
the
indicate the
letter,
months.
really won't
Keep it
change.
we
simple.
keep the letter simple.
Is that
We
a
want
done deal?
accommodation,
Or
here's
y'all
the
voting on it?
situation.
Or y'all voting on that, or is it your decision?
You don't
There's
have
only
to
about-
worry about.
about
Are you
two months.
voting on that
Worry
letter,
about
or
the
is that
meeting
your
and
decision to
so-
send a
No,
letter?
but you have to
I think we should vote on it.
is that
Oh, I'm
you
just
have
asking
to
a
pay-
question.
pay
Okay.
money
Because you
forward.
ready
So
to-
do I have a
you ready-
motion from the
you ready
committee
to
to
do a
send a letter
Sunday.
in support of the idea of accommodating the needs of,
The mer-
of
of
the residents and merchants of Kingston Avenue?
I make that motion.
Okay, do we have a second? Any more discussion? All right, all in favor? All in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all against? Or you're in favor?
No, you can always abstain, you know that, right?
And Demetrius, you were for?
They don't tell you that, but you can abstain, okay, that's a polite no.
It's a polite no, exactly. It is a no, though.
It's the polite no.
Tim, what you have? You know what you have?
What's that?
Total count? Yeah.
11. Yeah. So,
We'll send a letter for, listen,
They
the
don't
committee
take
will
it.
send a letter,
well, the committee will write a letter.
write a letter, right.
Yeah.
And set, yeah, that's it.
Coming from the committee, that's enough, right? We don't need to go to the full board for this?
No, I think
You have to come to the
yeah,
board.
you have to bring that before the full board next week.
Yeah.
And,
Okay. In the past, just so you know, committee has acted on
Tim, I
it.
will do
Really?
research.
It shouldn't be a problem. Bring it before the full board. I mean,
The decision, but
I
to be
will
clear,
bring
to be clear, the decision to bring it before a full board, that's executive committee's job. There are
Right.
times when a letter can go from the district manager,
it can't.
From the
it could-
chair.
Correct.
from a committee,
Correct.
as long as the executive committee is okay.
Listen, I'm gonna do research before the 26th, and I'm gonna find out what was the back and forth between the DOT and Greenfield, Councilmember Greenfield, summer, winter, just in case there's questions. I'll have
Jacob,
all
let
the
me tell
information.
you, I had extensive talk with Greenfield on this thing because I was asked. You know how many blocks we talked about in his study? You know what you're talking about? 40 to 45 blocks. That's huge. That's a huge chunk of blocks, and it was a huge labor-intensive job here. We're talking over here 4 blocks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay,
If there isn't anything that's a urgent matter, may I have a motion to close?
So moved.
Okay.
Adjourn?
Yeah.
And then I have, thank
All
you.
right, thank you, Yaakov.
How many chairs in here tonight?
We,
Sorry.
Just checking. I was just wondering.